Hi, everybody. I am excited to share with you an opportunity that I'm really looking forward to in February. Society for Classical Learning invited me to do a narration intensive. Apparently, they've had a lot of requests, and they asked me to join them and host a winter workshop with them. So if you go to their website, Society for Classical Learning, and to their winter workshops, you'll see me in the list of all the wonderful speakers they have. And one of the reasons I'm excited is because their goals are to equip and to connect. And I love that so much because I know that one of the number one things that teachers and headmasters need is they need equipped, they need to feel confident in what they're doing. They also really need to connect with other people. And so I really love that this is a real important goal for Society of Classical Learning. And I'm excited to offer an opportunity to help you connect with other people and be equipped in the art of narration. So a few things that I aim to do with this workshop, just so you can hear what my goals are and decide if it's a right class for you. First, I want to help you understand how narration is a very, very important pedagogical practice in the classical tradition. And so we will be walking through many texts that help unpack that idea and why it matters so much for students to learn through not only wonderful Socratic seminars and dialogue, but through narrating. It seems like such an easy, simple process, but it's not. And a lot of people have tried and they've given up. My hope is to show you not only how narration can be enjoyable, but it can be such an impactful way for students to learn and to learn really well. So we're going to be diving into some texts. I'll share with you my screen here. These are some of the texts we're going to be reading through. These will be assigned as homework excerpts. Take about 20 minutes for you to read the homework and then be prepared to come have a discussion. So some of the excerpts that we will be studying will come from the Book of Memory and The Craft of Thought, both by Mary Carruthers. Fantastic scholarly researcher and professor on the history of memory and how important this is. It is so important to understanding memory because to understand the heart of narration, you have to understand the tradition of memory. So as we read through these, you'll begin to see how important memory is to the art of narration. And in fact, what's really fun is that primarily rhetorical tradition is thought of as persuasion and eloquent speaking. But in reality, the history of rhetoric shows us that uh, the art of memory building is one of the most important aspects of rhetoric. We will also be looking at some excerpts from Reorienting Rhetoric by John O'Banion, a professor in communications, who has written a fantastic history of narration. This book is about narration and logic and how they're tied together so beautifully. And we will dive into one chapter from that book, especially with its regard to the history of narration according to Quintilian. We will be diving into a few excerpts from Quintilian, from Charlotte Mason, as well as from St. Augustine in the Confessions. So I'm excited to get to actually study some wonderful texts with everybody and share with you what I've learned over the years. I've mentioned in my podcast, I've mentioned on Facebook, I've studied this for years, but to get to have a conversation with people that will read some of the materials I've read over these years is really exciting to me. It very much energizes me. We're also going to walk through practical applications of the beginner, intermediate, and advanced phases of narration. And we're going to talk about how beautifully narration ties to the Trivium and how it activates all three parts, all three modes of the Trivium when students are learning how to narrate. It's beautiful pedagogically, and how it ties to the Trivium is very energizing, and I hope it will inspire you to how important narration is in a truly Trivium-based education. So we will be walking through various texts that we'll read and narrate in the beginner, intermediate level. Advanced level, we'll talk about written compositions. We'll probably practice one as part of our homework. And then we'll be covering various different texts. We'll cover some texts from literature, as well as maybe from Bible and from science. Also, the last class, we will be talking about troubleshooting, goals of narration, practical things that happen in the classroom with all of your Q&A. We'll cover very common mistakes that teachers make very common mistakes and misunderstandings that students make and how to work through these, how to prevent them from happening in your classroom or at your homeschool. I homeschooled and I've been in the classroom, so I know how to help you through troubleshooting all the various things that can go wrong with narrating or make you as a teacher feel like this doesn't work, this doesn't matter, it's not important. We're going to talk about that. We'll talk about different various struggles with students, examples of different kinds of struggles they have that are common, even some that aren't common that have happened. We'll talk about different kinds of rubrics that you can use for yourself to help you help your students progress through the various stages of narrating, and also rubrics that will help students transition into writing. And the rubrics can be used for grading if you are a classroom teacher and you need to take a grade. So we're going to talk all about these wonderful things, and I'm really excited, and I hope you'll sign up and join me. It will be every Tuesday evening, Central Time, in on the Society for Classical Learning page. Go to their winter workshops and they will have a link for you to enroll. And again, it'll be 4 Tuesday nights, only 4 weeks, an hour and a half each night. And they will be recorded and you will have access to these recordings. I think I said till the beginning of June, you'll have them. So even if you can't attend them all, attend what you can. I really hope to see you there, and I'm really looking forward to this. Thank you. Have a good day.